You don't need a major disaster to ruin your life. No explosion, no betrayal, no catastrophic failure. The real destruction comes quietly. It comes wrapped in habit, in comfort, in delay. It seeps in through what you tolerate, and the longer you ignore it, the deeper it digs. There are 9 things, subtle, persistent, that are slowly destroying your life right now. And the scariest part? Most of them feel normal. First, you keep comparing yourself to others. Their money, their looks, their success, their perfect lives on social media. But what you're really seeing isn't their life. It's their highlight reel. Stoicism reminds us to focus only on what we control. And you can't control someone else's path. Every time you compare, you step further away from your own journey. Comparison is a silent poison. It robs you of joy and leaves you chasing shadows. Second, you fear being alone. Not physically, emotionally, spiritually. So you drown your silence in distractions, noise, screens, people, constant input. But when was the last time you sat with yourself, truly with yourself, and listened? The Stoics valued solitude, not as isolation, but as clarity. If you're afraid to be alone, you're likely afraid of meeting the real you. Third, you keep postponing. Tomorrow, next week, later. You treat time like an infinite resource. But every delay is a small betrayal of your future self. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of discomfort. But the Stoics believed the obstacle is the way. Delaying your life won't protect you, it will erase you. Fourth, you live for approval. You bend, filter, shape yourself just to be liked. You hide your truth to be accepted. But the cost of approval is authenticity. And without authenticity, you're not truly alive. You're just performing. A Stoic seeks truth, not applause. And if your sense of worth comes from outside, then it's never really yours.
Fifth, you're holding on to things you should have let go of long ago. A toxic relationship, a version of yourself that no longer exists. Old dreams that don't match your current reality. You cling because letting go feels like loss, but often what you're losing is the weight that's been keeping you from moving forward. Stoicism teaches, accept what you cannot change, release what no longer serves, let go, or be dragged. Sixth, you avoid discomfort at all costs. You chase ease. Comfort food, comfort entertainment, comfortable conversations. But growth does not happen in comfort. Discomfort is the soil where strength is grown. You avoid challenges but wonder why you feel unfulfilled. The Stoics welcomed struggle, not because they loved pain, but because they knew it forged character. You want peace? Go through the storm. Seventh, you live in the past, rerunning memories, regretting decisions, wishing things had gone differently. But the past is not a place you can fix. It's only a place to learn from. You are not your mistakes. You are not your stories. Stoicism says, don't be a prisoner of yesterday. Carry the lesson, not the weight. Eighth, you obsess over the future. You think you'll start living when you get the job, the body, the relationship. You keep waiting for life to begin. But the future is always just out of reach. What you have, right now, is the only real moment. Stoicism demands presence. Do not trade today for someday. Because someday is just a story. And stories can disappear in a second. Ninth, you've forgotten who you are.
Not your job, not your role, not your reputation. Who you are, when there's no one to impress, no image to maintain. You've worn so many masks, you started believing one of them is your face. But the Stoic knows. Identity is built from within. Not from titles, not from followers, not from validation, but from values. You must return to your core, or else the world will shape you into something you never chose.
And maybe the hardest truth of all, these 9 things, they don't scream. They whisper. They blend into routine. They become habits so familiar, you stop noticing them. But you have a choice. You can keep feeding the very things that weaken you, or you can stop, breathe, observe, and begin to reclaim what's been lost. It doesn't require drama, it requires honesty. It requires stepping out of the current you've been drifting in and walking, even stumbling, in a new direction. Because the Stoic path is not about becoming untouchable. It's about becoming unshakable. Not by avoiding life's chaos, but by meeting it with calm. You don't need to control the world, you only need to control your response to it. And sometimes, the strongest act of all is simply to say, "This ends now."